Namaste. My name is JVN Manisha Singh, Assistant Professor in Department of Food and Biotechnology under Faculty of Agriculture and Veterinary Sciences in Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University, Jaipur. Today I am teaching you unit operation in food industries for class BSc FST second semester and BTech FPT second semester. Today, we will discuss all about the absorption and adsorption in food industries and some part of mechanical cleaning. Okay, so begins with the absorption. Absorption is basically the removal of the solute from its gaseous mixture by the means of a liquid which dissolves the solute gas. In most cases, the gas solute being absorbed is the less abundant component or has a very low content in the gas phase. Absorption is more commonly carried out in a packed tars than in the plate tars. Applications of gas absorption are, for example, in coke plants to absorb byproduct gases such as the ammonia with water and benzene and toluene with oil. Air pollution control is removal of pollutants in the gaseous effluent such as removal of hydrogen sulfide from the coal combustion process in electrical power plants by the aqueous solution of alkaline salts like limestone. Okay, in most absorption processes, the component being absorbed in the less abundant or at relatively low content in the gas. Okay, so next is the synonyms of gas absorption is the scrubbing. So the equipment called absorber or the scrubber, and the reverse process of absorption is known as stripping in a stripper and the removal of a solute from liquid solution by a gas. In the gas controlled atmosphere storage, various scrubbers are used to absorb the gas from the controlled atmosphere storage area if the concentration of the carbon dioxide and oxygen is raises in the chamber of the controlled atmosphere storage, then scrubbers are used to absorb the extra amount of gas into them. Okay, so the rate of absorption depends strongly on the solubility of the gas solute in the liquid, and the solubility of a gas is in a given solvent increases with pressure according to the Henry's law. That means Pa is equal to H chi A, where Pa is the partial pressure of the solute A in the gas, and Xa is the mole fraction of A in liquid, and H is the Henry's law constant. Okay. So from this session, question may be asked on the solubility of the carbon dioxide in the water. Okay. So given the Henry's law constant for the carbon dioxide in the water at 25 degrees Celsius, and H is 1.6 into 10 to the power 5 kilopascal per mole fraction. Here you have to calculate the solubility of the carbon dioxide weight percentage of the water at a carbon dioxide partial pressure of 200 kilopascal in the gas phase above water. Okay, so you have to calculate this with the above following equation which I told you earlier in this same session, and then the answer is 0.31. Now we will start with the adsorption process and a mass transfer process which involves the accumulation of a substance at the interface of the liquid two phases such as the liquid and the gas solid or liquid solid interface. Or you can say adhesion of the atoms or ions or molecules from a gas liquid or dissolved solid to a surface. And what is adsorbate? Adsorbate is the substance which is adsorbed on the surface, and adsorbent is the substance on which the surface adsorbate is adsorbed. Okay, and adsorption is a spontaneous process. That means delta G is negative, and adsorption is an exothermic process. That means that delta H is negative for the adsorption process. Now, driving force for the adsorption is a surface phenomenon and consequence of surface energy, and the surface of a liquid or solid is in a state of strain or unsaturation, which results in unbalanced residual force at the surface, and these unbalanced residual forces results in higher surface energy. Consequently, the surface of liquids and solids always have a tendency to attract and retain the molecular species with which it comes in contact, and this tendency is responsible for the phenomenon of adsorption. Okay, so what are the factors affects the adsorption process? Number one is the temperature. Temperature, as adsorption is a exothermic process, therefore in accordance with the Le-Chatelier principle, the magnitude of the adsorption should increases with increase in temperature. It is in the case of physical adsorption, and chemical adsorption first increases with rise in the temperature and then starts decreasing. Okay, next factor is the pressure. With increase of the pressure, adsorption increases up to the certain extent till saturation level is achieved, and no more adsorption takes place no matter how the pressure applied. Next factor is the surface area. It is a surface phenomenon. Therefore, adsorption capacity of an adsorbent increases with increase in its surface area. Smaller the size of the particles of the solid adsorbent, more is the extent of adsorption at its surface interface. Next factor is the activation of solid adsorbent. Activation of the adsorbent surface done so as to provide more vacant sites on the surface, and this can be done by breaking the solid crystal in small pieces, breaking lumps of the solid into the powders, or subdividing the adsorbent. Okay, so adsorption isotherm is adsorption process is usually studied through the graphs known as adsorption isotherm, and the amount of adsorbate on the adsorbent as a function if its pressure or concentration at constant temperature. That means adsorbate plus adsorption, there is an equilibrium in between, that is known as adsorption. Okay, so adsorption and desorption is a equilibrium process. According to the Le-Chatelier principle, an application of excess pressure, the equilibrium will shift in the direction where number of the molecules decreases. Since number of molecules decreases in forward direction, that is the direction of adsorption, with increase of pressure, forward direction equilibrium will be achieved. And in the given adsorption isotherm, after saturation pressure, PS adsorption does not increases. Okay, so now we will discuss about the types of adsorbents. There are the oxygen-containing compounds, typically hydrophilic in nature and polar in nature. Examples are the silica gels and zeolites. And for carbon-based compounds, they are typically the hydrophobic and non-polar in nature. For example, activated carbon and graphite. And third type is the polymer-based compounds that are the polar and non-polar functional groups in the porous polymer matrix, for example, polymers and resins. Okay, another classification is based on the diameter of the pore sizes of the adsorbents, and these are the microporous adsorbents. Their pore size ranges 2 Armstrong to 20 Armstrong, and mesoporous adsorbents have pore size range is 20 Armstrong to 500 Armstrong, and for macroporous adsorbents, pore size ranges more than 500 Armstrong. Okay, for commercial absorbent, silica gel is a drying of refrigerants, organic solvents, transformer oils, and desiccants in packing, and double glazing and dew point control of natural gases. Activated alumina is used for drying of gases, organic solvents, transformer oil, and for removal of hydrochloric acid and hydrogen, removal of fluorine in alkylation process. Activated carbon is used for removal of odors from gases and recovery of solvent vapors and nitrogen from air, and water purification and purification of the helium. And polymers and resins are used for the water purification, recovery and purification of steroids and amino acids, separation of fatty acids from water and toluene, and recovery of the proteins and the enzymes. Clay is used for the treatment of edible oils, removal of organic pigments, and refining of mineral oils, and removal of polychlorinated biphenyls. Okay, PCB. Zeolites are used for oxygen from the air, drying of gases, drying of refrigerants and organic liquids, pollution control including the removal of mercury, and recovery of fructose from the corn syrup. Now, what is the applications of adsorption? So, separation and purification of the liquid and the gas mixtures, bulk chemicals, isomers in the air, and they are also dry gases and liquid before loading them in the industrial systems, and removal of impurities from liquid and the gas media, recovery of chemicals from industrial and vent gases, and for the water purification. Okay, so this topic is over here, and now we will discuss about the mechanical cleaning. Okay, so mechanical cleaning are the equipments which work with the help of the electricity and used for the cleaning purposes. Okay, so there are the scrubbing and polishing machine, which are the scrubbing machines consist of one large or several small brushes which revolve and scrub the floor, and the water and the detergent are released from the tank attached to the machine, and it is used to scrub the surface for the better cleaning. Okay, uh, this is an automatic scrubbers feature an easy fill 24-gallon tank and the floating squeeze system alone on board pressure adjustments, and another feature of the automatic scrubber in the spring activated uh, leveling system which absorbs the vibration and automatically adjustable and provide excellent result on any surface. And this type of machines you can see on the metro stations and another restaurants and hotels. Next is the vacuum or suction cleaners, and it basically it removes the dust and other loose particles from hard or soft surfaces by the suction, and it consists of a foot pedal, cloth bag containing the paper bag, exchangeable head, flexible hose attached to the body of the machine, fabric filter, disposable fine paper filter, and you can vacuum wet, dry, light, and heavy fills simultaneously. Next is the floor polishing machine, and it is used to polish the floor, which gives smoothness and the brightness to the floor, and it consists of a polishing wheel with a handle. Floor sweeping machine is the automatic machine used for sweeping the floor, and it consists of the wheels and rotating broom brush. And the Silver Series vacuum sweepers represents a new generation of vacuum sweepers, providing optimum productivity to the commercial and the industrial facilities with 26,000 to 38,000 square feet per hour of one pass cleaning for both carpets and the hard floor surfaces. Next is the carpet spotter cleaner, and it is used to clean the spots on the carpet and upholstery. It basically consists of a gallon and extractor which helps to clean the spots. Next is the carpet shampooer, and it is used for shampooing the carpet, and it consists of a carpet extractor which is perfect for upholstery and carpet shampooing. Next is the carpet dryer, and it is used to dry the carpet in the minimum time, and it consists of a fan, of course a warm air blower, and it reduces the chance of mold growth on the damp carpet. Next is the carpet pile lifter, and it is used to remove the piles on cotton dust from the carpet, and it consists of a brush which helps in lifting the pile. Next type of mechanical equipment is the washing machine, and it is the machine which is used for cleaning washing the clothes and the linen fabrics. Next, drying machine, and it is the machine used for drying linen in the minimum time. And last is the ironing machine. It is used to iron or press the linen used in the hotel, and it has a electrothermal plate which warms and presses the linen. Okay, so this is all about the mechanical cleaning and its equipments. And from these sessions, questions may be asked like from the absorption session, question may be asked like, what is absorption? What are the applications of absorption in the food industries? And a single numerical may be asked. Okay. From the adsorption section, question may be asked like, what is the adsorption process? What is the principle of this? What is Leach-Atelier principle? And what are the different type of adsorbents? And what are the application of adsorbent? And explain the role and uses of different types of adsorbents used in the food industry. Okay. And from the mechanical equipment, question may be asked like, what is mechanical cleaning? What are the mechanical equipments which are used for the cleaning? And explain them with their its principle, okay, and their function. Likewise, questions will be asked in your final exams, and so prepare accordingly for them. Thank you so much for watching this video.